Hello, wonderful traders. Dadas here, speaking to you from the Dadas trading room on the Discord platform, to which, of course, everybody is sincerely invited. It doesn't cost anything, and practically every day I stream my trading live. So you can see my charts, you can see my trades, even though Uh, sometimes you just have to be there to see my trades because I don't trade very often. Like for example, today I only made 3 trades during the day, and basically, this is what happens recently. I mean, the markets have calmed down, and basically, the funny thing is that the major move is now happens. I'm talking about the DAX, the index, German index DAX 30, right? Because that's the instrument that I'm trading all the time. I don't look at anything else. I'm simply looking for an opportunity to get a trade, right? But as you can see, the whole move was practically on the Asian session, and even before that. I mean, it even happened last night, right? And then, practically the market it was going up today, only in sort of pretty big swings, in pretty large swings, and it went all the way up there. Then somewhere before the American opening and on the American session, it retraced back down, but then it didn't make any new low. It just bounced off and again started going up, and then made a little bit of a retracement, and towards the end of the day it went all the way up. Now, the point is that while being right there on the market, I already knew that the market was most likely going right there. Okay, but so what? I mean, if I had really known that, I mean, really, if I had been really certain, or that if I had known for 100% that the market would reach that point, then I wouldn't be worried at all, right? I would just leave my trade and let it. I mean, I wouldn't even have to place any stop losses. Just wait for the price to go there. But the point is that we never know. So basically, you see, in this situation, okay, but I'll come back to that situation. In the morning when I started my trading, I was still looking for a while on the M5 charts, because I was looking on the M15 more today than on the M5. But anyways, right there I was still looking at the M5 chart. So you can see that in this situation, before we could see those candles, right? Before we could see those candles, so that would have been this situation. Yeah, let me hide that. Okay, that would have been this situation, right? Watching the price action in this situation, not seeing the closed candles yet, I was actually pretty uncertain. I mean, I was actually thinking more about, shorts here, shorting all the way down to the daily pivot line, right? I thought that that's pretty likely to happen, right? But you can ask me, why did I close this trade at this point? Because at this moment, the price, the candle was actually red, right? The candle was actually red at this moment. Why did I close it? Because on the close of this candle right here, I saw these two brown lines, which means basically that there is a consolidation on the M15. Because I was on the M5, right? So these lines are showing me what's happening on the M15. So I thought that, yeah. So this was like an immediate warning to close the trade, right? Because there is a consolidation, and a consolidation means that there is no trend, right? The trend didn't continue, right? So I got out of this trade, and I did right because pretty soon the market started going up, and I would have gotten my stop loss, or I would have gotten myself in some larger shit, because even though the price did come back, well, it didn't come back immediately, right? It went away over 130 pips, right? So yeah. So that's not a nice thing. Never. Anyways, later on, I didn't do any more trading because I was engaged in a little bit of coding. I had this order from this guy somewhere from some country, some very small country, probably not a very rich country. And he contacted me yesterday, and he asked me if I could. Basically, he said he needed my tools, and then he gave me this idea. It took me a pretty long time to understand what he actually was talking about, because he wasn't clear about what he was talking about. Then finally I figured out what he was talking about, and I offered him a price, but he rejected it. He said he could pay no more than a third of that, which basically that means I would earn enough money for one breakfast here in my country. So I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna work for I'm not gonna spend hours of coding and then checking everything just for one breakfast. That's not the level here. So basically I've made a video about it, and you can find this video in English. The video is in English, describing the idea and the indicator, and it's I'll post that video in Dada's tools, right? No, in Dada's tool shop. It's called Dada's Tool Shop on my Discord server, on the Dada's Trading Room on Discord. So you can look at this film, and you'll find out all the information about it right there. Because if anybody wants to buy this indicator from me for the price that I'm calling there in that video, then if I get at least one person to buy that indicator, then I'm gonna give it also for free to the guy who ordered it. Otherwise, I just had some fun coding, that's it. Yeah, okay. Because despite the fact that I think that every work demands to be paid, I also have a little bit of fun meeting certain coding challenges that I have to figure out. Okay, so yeah, that's another topic. Yeah, so basically, you see, returning to the daily recap here. I made two more trades right here. So first trade, I was looking at. I didn't see this situation exactly. I mean, when I was watching the market, I saw this consolidation right here, right? Consolidation or sideways movement or range, and there is a breakout, right? I mean, I didn't see that breakout yet, but I saw the tendency for the price to be going up. So yeah, there was a trend. There was a break of a resistance line. So now I decided to get in there, right, together with the price. But I think I switched back to M15, and I was watching the price pretty happy. You see where I put my take profit, exactly at those levels over there. And I was watching happily as the price was going up, and I thought, okay, so now I was sincerely happy that maybe finally I'll get this one opportunity where the price is gonna go up there, and even if it goes higher, I don't care. I think that this is the good level, and that's it. Yeah. But as you see, after a while, the price started going down. So I got out of this trade because I didn't want to be in a loss, right? And you see that my stop loss was right there, and it would have been taken out by the market. So it doesn't make sense, right? So I closed profit. But later on, I was looking at this, and I saw this green candle right here. I thought, oh, that's a nice price action. That's a nice price action movement from the now support, right? So I said, well, okay, so go long, right? I got in long here on the M5. So somehow the stop loss was pretty close. Yeah, I think it was like this. The stop loss was pretty close, and I got 1.2 lots, right? But all of a sudden, instead of going up, the market started going down. So I got a little bit, annoyed right here. I mean, I said, well, now that's, I thought, well, I don't know, but I mean, somewhere in my head there was this thought that by the end of the day, the market should be somewhere around there, right? So basically, I did risk a lot right here because I moved my take profit away. I could have lost more than my day's work, right? But somehow they started moving back up. And they started moving back up, but again, this price right here stopped at this moment and started because it was higher. I had like 12 or 15 pips even, and then it started going back down. And I thought to myself, better have 10 than not, right? Because again, this was some kind of potential level, exactly the level of resistance, right? So I closed, and then after a little bit of a back movement, the market did exactly what I was kind of predicting that it would. Now that's the most annoying thing because basically I was counting on the market to do this right there, right? But of course it never does, and this is another great mystery to me. How does it happen, and why does it happen like this? That it always goes, well, like at least 99% of the time, the market does something different than we think. It's as if there was somebody actually listening to your thoughts. Now that is really, it's a really funny thing. I mean, why does it happen like that? I don't know. Anyways, that's it for today, and that's it for this week. Basically, like I said, we got lucky this week. I got lucky this week. and basically I'm in profit. I'm still going forward, slowly but forward, right? And just can't happen to have the big one. I don't know why, but anyways, the good thing is that I'm going forward, and I'm totally aware that if you get a big one, you will also get a big loss, right? Because that's the way it happens. That's the way it goes. So yeah, wish you a nice weekend, a healthy one, even if you're staying at home and practicing social distancing. Anyways, even if you have to go out, just be careful. Just wear your mask. Just distance yourself from other people, and just stay healthy. And see you next time.